working with people reaching for their potential, it would be confidence that is somewhere under there. And a lot of stuff comes from the lack of confidence. So let's get to work. We're talking confidence. So I'm going to take you into a deep place. And with confidence, I want you just to check in before, like while you're conscious, where that is for you. And each of you has your own private relationship with your confidence being you. The distance between you and your full potential, you're like in your inner sense of self that you carry around no matter what circumstances you meet and no matter what results you get. There is this thing, and I found it often with people, a lot more than often, is an itch. Some sort of inner turmoil with the confidence to be me. Catherine and I were talking on the weekend or recently about coming out as yourself and the risk to come out as yourself, the full expression. So on that note, just wherever that is for you, I want you now to bring your attention to the breath and start the big breaths. And just know that you're breathing in as an individual being, as an individualized expression of the universal intelligence. And just breathe 30 breaths in and out. Breathe in deep and let it go. Be vigorous. As you hold it, just bring your awareness to being in the experience of being you. Sitting in the space, stillness. Whatever your world, whatever your circumstance, whatever you have, whatever you don't have, where you live, just being you, and just sit in that stillness. And allow yourself to be aware of coming out as you, like really coming out as you. I guess in saying that, as you sit in the quietness, is wherever you're reserving yourself, hesitating, is inhibiting the full expression. No matter what results you're getting, how fabulous they are, no matter how fabulous, no matter how just ordinary they are, just notice that if you're hesitating in any way, holding back, hiding shadows of yourself, you're reserving something and stopping yourself being in the full expression. And you pay a price for that. So as you sit there, and before you find that place where you choose to breathe in again, allow me to guide you. And whatever I say, any part of you that doesn't agree, just allow it to wash away. I don't need you to agree with me. What part does agree, dive in. But you're in a room this morning, as you often are, for a particular reason, in your private reason. So I want you to imagine if you were being on a beach. Just let yourself go to a beach. Wherever that beach is, your favorite one. I like beaches where there's nobody there. And if you imagine yourself in the beach that you love, you might notice the weather, the breeze, the mood of the ocean. And just find yourself wandering along the beach, making footprints, leaving your mark. Might get washed away by the next wave. Might be no wave. Might just get blown away in the wind with the sand whittling it. Whatever it is, just move along the beach with your awareness. And as you do, just allow yourself to pay attention and relax. Pay attention not only to what you're imagining in your beautiful space, paying attention to your body, its rhythm, and notice your breath when you breathe, and your heartbeat might be in the same relationship with the ocean. Mood coming in and out, the waves, the mood, the breeze. And notice you're breathing in the air and the rhythm of the ocean. It all connects somehow. And as the sand might be being blown about or just moved, or the wind picks it up and the ocean moves it. But times, the washing away of time, samsara. And as you're walking along, you might notice a shimmer or a movement or something up in the sand dunes. And if you will, allow the curiosity to draw you to check it out. And as you get close to it in your wanderings, and you find your breaths, you might find a door ajar, or a door slightly, almost ajar, almost a door. And notice it has an opening. And if you were to curiosate and find yourself entering this, taking some signs, you'll find a stairwell, perfectly lit somehow. And if the curiosity was to encourage you to descend down the stairwell that appears so beautiful and ancient and safe, contemplating, if I was completely out with my being me, my confidence, my expression, if I was in my confidence, as you descend into a deeper place within you, down the stairwell, you'll come to a platform. If you were to continue, just acknowledging the platform and the doorway there that isn't ajar, it's for future time. Or maybe it was a past door that you entered. One descends further and finds yourself going into a deeper place, connecting into a deeper place, going down the lift, stairwell, whatever appears in the imagination. One finds oneself at the next platform. That's right, the door's closed. Maybe you've been there, maybe you haven't. And keep descending deeper down into the truth, into a deep truth, an all-knowing, fading truth. And if one came to the next platform, one could find another door slightly ajar. And if you were to enter, you could find yourself in space. If you were to look around that space and at the speed of thought were to create the most amazing library, volumes and volumes of books. It's funny how ancient volumes somehow align with the idea of wisdom. But somehow, if you look at these and get close, you'll notice on the spine your name written, and beautifully written. That's right. Somehow your records, information was recorded. And yes, you were important enough for that. Perhaps your journey was important enough to be recorded as you bring a gentle breath in and out. From the sands of time, from the beach, the history, the volumes having recorded the history in infinite detail, one could feel oneself drawn to a particular. And if you were going, you just probably find yourself grabbing. That's what you do when you feel drawn, just to take it off the shelf. Find a place like a tape something, or create one at the speed of thought, and find yourself sitting and open it. See something written about the recording of you by the ancient ones, the Akashic story, history, ancient wisdom. And just notice the recording, and one is to look at your name and the timeless journey. You'll see dates and time and context. If you turned to the original story of you, the pure truth, not spun, not distorted, not written through someone else's distorted perspective, but written as original truth. And I want you to notice that if you read it, you'll find the perfect being born into existence in the three-dimensional one as a unique being, a unique DNA, never to be repeated and never been before, a unique expression, a unique view, perhaps, a unique set of gifts, an expression, a beautiful being. And if one was to contemplate this, what is written, and just turn the pages, reading how magnificent and how exquisitely important this being is, and any part of you that in any way has picked up stories that somehow challenge from the past, could let them go now and allow yourself to read further, noticing that there is a divine purpose, a divine sacred geometry, a unique geometry in chemistry and intelligence through the expression of you that is here to express, to make a difference, to influence. And as strange as that may seem, as maybe how could I possibly be sacred? And if you already know, that's beautiful, just read it and enjoy being reminded. And if you're unsure, if you feel doubt, just read it and allow yourself to recognize that maybe the distortion wasn't in the original script, born distorted. It was a series of bites of information that were given, that turned up in moments where there wasn't enough time to really contemplate what was actually going on. And one could let go the distortion and allow oneself to come back to the original being. And if you were to turn the book to the middle, you'll find a marking in the pages, on the edge of the pages. You open it up and you'll find, you know, those hidden spaces in what looks like books. And you'll find this little vessel lying in there, beautifully crafted. And you'll see, because you can see inside it, an elixir, a liquid, perhaps a divine liquid, a mercury, some sort of something. And if you were lifting it out, you could notice a tiny lid, perfectly sealed, And if one was to remove the lid, you'll get a scent, a particular scent, sacred scent, inner scent, a perfect you in a form, in a liquid form. And if one was just to take a little taste, you'll get a particular flavor. And it's going to be exquisite. It might taste like chocolate. It might taste like a fabulous, high quality alcohol, like a fine wine, whiskey, or some sort of beautiful honey. Whatever it is, take a big sip and just allow yourself to be in the breath and allow the transformation to take, to reset the chemistry, the cellular memory into its original formation. Geese flying across the sky. And allow the shift to take place. That is the shift. That is the shift to the origin, being. And allow the dream you've lived since your origin to be removed from its distortion. You know how light gets fractured in prisms. Notice it realign itself into a perfect formation. And notice before you the perfect holographic image of you. Absolutely exquisite. Beautiful. Awake, clear, aligned, not tampered with by history. Innocent, powerful. And if one was to recognize the iconic metaphor, you might remember those that have been in some of our work over the years, but others might think of an awesome beast or a bird or a creature, eagle, or the ocean or a storm or light or the sun or a beautiful something, fish, a dolphin, whale, I don't know, some iconic you. And notice that resonating in an iconic power, authority to be in authoring your own script. And as you step forward and allow yourself to integrate with this being that is you, allow yourself to take on, like putting on a fine set of clothing, the full and intimate experience of becoming that being. To integrate it through to a cellular level and deeper. And as you do that, start breathing with consciousness. The breath, first time you've taken it since the original being moment when you turned up. And allow it to connect now. And even though the change might be subtle, it might be big, it might be whatever it is, allow the change but not to take place. To take place. And allow the integration beyond your conscious control, beyond your historic hesitations in the past, just to transform now. Now go back and turn the pages as you put the little vessel back in its place and close the book and open it where you originally opened, where it explains who you are, and read it again now that you can see, feel, taste, smell, touch, and read it knowing the truth of it. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, happy, and prosperous. And your purpose is to be the full expression of that forever, always. And through that, to make the difference that makes the difference through your uniqueness to the humanity that you're a part of. And as that takes place, close the volume and just allow yourself perhaps to say a little prayer or a little acknowledgement and put it back on the shelf. And leave the room the way you came. And as you find yourself back or forward through the door, and just close it, knowing you can enter at any time and start to ascend the step differently, allowing the changes that have taken place, consciously or unconsciously, just to take place, and just know that somehow, in some way, something is going on that's unique and different and better. And as you ascend the next platform past that door, and then ascend past that platform, the next one, and that door, find yourself ascending all the way up. And notice maybe you can smell the scent of the ocean, the breeze, the sand. And as you exit that door onto the, sand dune and look at the beach and the ocean, it could be a good time to walk or run down and dive into the ocean and allow yourself to connect with that element as it was designed to be. And notice the ions shift your energy in your body. And allow yourself to move around in the ocean, jump and dance and swirl, or just dive down, or just lie there, whatever you feel drawn into, because it's you. Your choices are right for you. And then find yourself back on the beach and yourself to walk into the future, to this week, differently. And just notice that if you were in your full expression, and you might be now, the resonance of that connecting with the resonance of nature's full expression, that's divine order. That's harmony. And notice the difference it makes to your health and the functioning of your being and your body. Notice the difference it makes to the choices you make. Notice the difference it makes to your personality that you bring to others. Notice the difference it makes to your empathy, your care, your focus, your devotion, attention, your preparedness to be you. And then as you find yourself back in your chair, take your time. Allow yourself to feel the presence of your physicality, the feel of the chair around you, and the room around you. If you were to open your eyes and look around, you'll notice that space. And I'm going to ask you a question. Where isn't it okay for you to be you? Your answer is for you to note down. And if there's a hesitation, just note it. And that's where you need to do a little work. Or you're in full permission. Now, when you're ready, I want you to do another big round of breath. 30 breaths. 2, 3, 4. Allow yourself to come into your body. I've got a metaphor just quickly before we I think it's important for everybody. We were talking about high performance mindset, and I was talking to a guy who is a 5 times Bathurst winner. And I said to him, like, at your level now, what part of your driving still is wanton? And he said, I've got a braking strategy that under certain conditions, I can't stop doing it, but I know I need to stop doing it to drive at the level I know I need to. It's like the brain goes into this behavior, and then he finds his foot on the brake, and he's, like all of us, watching the behavior of something that's limiting him. And then he'll try and he can consciously stop it, but then he forgets again and goes into the unconscious competence of the behavior that is limiting him. And I was thinking, and the reason I want to share that with you is no matter what level of performance we get to, we will find those itches, and it's not because we suck or lack in any way. It's just the brain in its magical way, as Catherine's taught many of us over the years. The brain is non-biased. The unconscious mind is non-biased. It's impartial. It'll do your bidding. So if you're stuck on thinking you're limited, it'll cause a field of behavior that aligns with that. It's not doing it to you. It's not doing it because you suck. It's not you're not good enough, or it's just doing it because it's the way it's designed. But the beautiful thing with it, even though it's real time, you can go in and practice with it as if it's real, and the whole biophysiology and chemistry of us simulates that. It goes into the expression as if it was real, and you can then practice the behavior. So no matter what you're believing, deciding, no matter what you have to deal with, it's not because you suck in any way. Your result might suck, but you as an essential being is immaculate and beautiful, but you have this mechanism. And it's really important to learn how to control and manage it and lead it, because it will then, otherwise it will guide you, not with malice. It will guide you down the behalf of your inaccurate belief. And then we'll have you behaving in that way and believing in that way and inside that experience. And you can say, I suck, I'm not good enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not wantable, I'm not lovable. You can go there, but it's bullshit. So if you were to finish today remembering the script, read that first page in your imagination for a couple of weeks. Wander down the stairs in your meditation and just open the volume and read the unconscious awareness of the perfect description of you. And breathe into it.